You're at a restaurant, scanning a menu. You want the best meal, so you weigh the pros and cons. You believe you are making a perfectly rational choice, but your brain isn't calculating like a supercomputer. To save energy, it relies on heuristics, fast internal shortcuts. These shortcuts allow you to decide quickly, but they often mask the truth, leading us away from pure logic and into the realm of bias. We often fall prey to a cognitive shortcut known as the anchoring bias. Our brains rely too heavily on the first piece of information we receive, using it as an anchor to judge everything that follows. Imagine you walk into a store and spot a stylish jacket. The first price you see is $500. That number sits in your mind, anchoring your expectations. Suddenly, you see it marked down to $150. Because your brain is anchored to that 500, this new number feels like a steal, even if the jacket is only actually worth $100. The first number acted as an anchor. It pulls your perception of value toward the high end of the scale, making any subsequent number seem more attractive than it truly is. To make better decisions, pause when you see an initial price or estimate. Ask yourself, what would I pay if I hadn't seen that first number? Loss aversion is a psychological principle where the pain of a loss feels twice as powerful as the joy of an equivalent gain. Our minds aren't wired for neutrality. To us, the sting of losing $100 is far more intense than the satisfaction of winning $100. Imagine holding a stock that keeps dropping. Logic dictates you should sell to prevent further damage, but loss aversion traps you. By selling, you realize the loss and your brain recoils. So you hold on, hoping to avoid the pain of accepting the defeat, often leading to even greater losses. Recognizing this bias is the first step toward making rational choices instead of emotional ones. We often think we are searching for the truth, but our brains are wired to find comfort in what we already believe. Consider this. You decide you want to buy a new product. You search online for why this is the best choice. You are performing a filter. Negative reviews and contradictory evidence are filtered out. Your brain ignores them to protect your existing desire. This is confirmation bias. We seek information that validates our choices and ignore evidence that challenges them. The trap is now set, and your mind is made up before you've seen the full picture. Every choice you make throughout the day acts as a drain on your mental battery. From picking your clothes in the morning to deciding what to eat for breakfast, your willpower slowly fades. As you make more decisions, your focus decreases. By the end of the day, when you face a choice like what to have for dinner, you are prone to picking something impulsive. This is why you might find yourself reaching for junk food at night, even if you plan to eat healthy. Your cognitive fuel is simply exhausted. Imagine you've bought a ticket for a movie. 10 minutes in, you realize it's absolutely terrible. You're bored, and you'd rather be doing literally anything else. Your brain starts arguing. You've already paid for the ticket, so you feel like you have to stay to get your money's worth. But that money is already gone. This is the sunk cost fallacy. We keep investing time or money into failing projects simply because we've already committed to them. Instead of cutting our losses, we throw good time after bad. The rational choice is to cut your losses and move on to something more productive. Always look at the future value, not the past expense. We often overestimate our own abilities, a phenomenon known as overconfidence bias. Consider Alex, an entrepreneur who launched a startup based entirely on his gut feeling. He ignored market data, convinced that his intuition was superior to any research. This confidence is often misplaced. The Dunning-Kruger effect shows that people with low expertise often possess the highest confidence. They don't know what they don't know, leading to disastrous decisions. We mistakenly attribute success to our own brilliance while blaming failure on external factors. We forget that the world is governed by chance, and overconfidence obscures the role luck plays in our lives. To avoid the trap of overconfidence, validate your intuition with hard data. To master the art of decision-making, we must build active defenses against our cognitive biases. First, implement the 10-10-10 rule. By projecting your feelings into the future, you decouple temporary emotions from the actual merit of the decision. Second, slow down. Bias is a shortcut. By deliberately seeking diverse, opposing viewpoints, you break the echo chamber of confirmation bias. Finally, actively hunt for disconfirming data. When you treat your initial hypothesis as a theory to be tested, rather than a truth to be defended, your decision quality improves. Pause, gain perspective, and hunt for proof. With these tools, you move from reacting to reasoning.